Then she put her arms out, and she got them little things in her arms, them little chips. I think that's what they trying to put in y'all with that coronavirus, with that vaccine. But anyway, we're gonna move on. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you're returning. So we did not get to touch on episode 8 of Lovecraft, but that was because I actually had a really good conversation with a friend of mine. Shout out to you, I'm sure you're watching this. Hey, so he told me that I was missing out on something, that I needed to get caught up on the movie Us. Now, here's the thing about me. I live under a rock, and the only time I come out from under my rock is when somebody summons me. So, my friend said you need to watch Us so that I can understand episode 8. Jigaboo-boo. After watching Us, I completely understand what he was saying about Dee switching places with one of the little jigaboo dance girls, and it made all the sense in the world. So we're gonna jump into episode 9 since, you know, that one has come and it has gone. So here we are in episode 9. This is Rewind 1921. So we're going back to the day that Tick's father and his uncle were saved, and his mother were saved in the middle of the riots. And we see Montrose is like 98 years old, and he's still dealing with trauma. When I tell you Montrose gets on my nerves, y'all, like, I understand everybody's going through stuff and people process their own junk their own way, but this man, it's like every time, does he ever get through what he's going through? You just add layer on top of layer on top of layer, but you never actually deal with your mess. So they've got to drag him the whole way. You can tell he's getting on Tick's nerves, because Tick is like, look, again, you drunk. Right now we got stuff to do and you drunk. So anyway, we see Hippolytus back on the scene. We see Dee is laying up there like, you know, the sleeping unbeauty. The girl that, the little dancing girl, she did switch places with Dee, because you see as Christina's trying to get the spell up out of Dee's body, she's going back and forth between Dee and the little dancing girl, the little jigaboo girl. So I was like, wow, that makes all the sense in the world. So anyway, let's start at the top. In order to save Dee, she needs blood from her closest living relative. Tick said, Dad, that's you. And I'm thinking to myself, nah, boo, it's you. But I'm glad Montrose finally told Tick. Tick didn't put 4 and 4 together. I mean, I know sometimes it's a little hard to face the facts. But now Tick is like, dang, so my dad's sleeping with men. My mama's sleeping with my uncle. My uncle might be my daddy. My might be daddy. Let me get beat by the man who we know ain't my daddy. And he a drunk. And it's just a lot going on, poor Tick. And then he done went to the future, so he about to die. He got a baby on the way. This man has a lot going on. So anyway, now the truth has come out that Mama was messing with Uncle George. And apparently, when they went back to the future, back to the past, we got to see that Uncle George was taking her to the dance, and it seemed like they had a thing. But Tick's mother was looking at Uncle George like he wasn't doing enough to stick up for Montrose. So I think in the whole, you know, in the whole mindset of her looking at Uncle George as not taking care of his younger brother, and in the weaker brother catching all that hell, she decided to, you know, she clung to that brother, and I could understand why. So luckily Dee didn't turn into the little dancing Goonie girl. I was glad about that. But I'm like, it seemed like every episode they find something to do with Tick in his blood. It's just always something with him. Like, he is the answer to all their questions, but he has to lose his life in the process. I don't know, I'm still confused. I was hoping that G.I. would have jumped out and came in there, you know, and somehow I see her and Christina facing off, and her what is that called? Her, you know, maybe she'll suck up Christina's soul. Christina ain't got no soul. I don't know, but somehow I see G.I. playing another part in this, because that was just too quick, and it seems like she's an integral part of this. So I hate that they only had her in those 2 episodes. I hope that she's in the final episode. Like, for me, it would be cool if G.I. comes in and, you know, all them critter arms start coming out of her, and they go up there and she saves Tick, because she was the one that saw Tick before Tick saw Tick. So now they go through the portal, right? What I like was Hippolyta came back through. She was like, where's Dee? Is Dee all right? Because Hippolyta done been to the future, been to the past, been around the world and back again. She done seen it, you know, been around the world, nah. She came back to find her baby. So Hippolyta's up there. She was like, where's Dee? What's up with my baby? So they take her to her. Now Hippolyta got all the knowledge because she done seen it all. So she was like, look, we gonna go over here to this thing. They like, nah, the portal is broke. She said, maybe broke for you, but I got this. So let's go. Then she pulled her arms out and she got them little things in her arms, them little chips. I think that's what they trying to put in y'all with that coronavirus, with that vaccine. But anyway, we're gonna move on. So she got the little chips and she was like, I can power the machine, and she hooked up to the machine, and I was like, go ahead, girl. She done hooked and summoned so hard and concentrated so hard, she done turned her hair blue. I said, all right, now she look like me. But they go through the portal and I was like, Montrose drunk as a skunk. You know, he just can't get his mind right because he dealing with his trauma. Then we get to see him in the yard and we see how his father treated him, and I completely understand, and it was ugly. It was really ugly. But, sir, you are grown. Have you not worked through that yet? The way he was pounding down the other dude in the last episode, I would have thought you got all your frustrations and all your problems out on him. But moving on. When Laddie's met up with great-great-grandma, I knew. I was like, see, great-great-grandma, she knows some things. She done been around. She done probably had to go through a couple portals in her time. She looked at Letty and looked at them shoes. She was like, girl, she ain't from here. But she ain't tripped. She kept it quiet. Then all of a sudden, she's like, what you doing over there in that drawer? Letty said, I'm looking for the book. Told her what was going on. And I almost brought tears in my eyes because I was like, I just felt it. Like, that was such a good scene. And great-great-grandma said, you know what? She knew. She knew what was up. She said, okay. Gave her the book. Now, how is it that everything around you perishes? You holding the book and the book don't perish. But you was holding grandma too, and she was burning up. Grandma was barbecue city. So I don't understand that, but I guess that's just what they want us to believe with the writing, so I'm gonna just go with it. But I was like, Letty should have been good, but that book should have been good and burnt. Anyway, so now we go over here to the guys and Tick's mother. And they're over there by the statue and they get harassed. All of a sudden the guys come out. They running around, you know, beating them with bats. And Tick was like, wait a minute. Hold on. I've been here before. Montrose and Tick said the same line. I forgot the line, but y'all know the line. And what did he say? Here's looking at you kids, something like that. He was there before. So now we know Tick had to save his father, his uncle, and his mother, probably in order for him to be born at one point in time. So he had went through another portal. So all of this is ain't nothing new under the sun. You know, everything under the sun had already been done. So Tick has been here before. Tick saved them before. As a grown man, he saved them. So that only leaves me to sit back and think, who is Tick's child? Tick done ran into his kid before. I bet you his son has somehow come back to save him to ensure his birth at one point or another. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to go that deep. I hope they do. I really love this show. I don't know. It's just crazy. So I said, Tick has been here. Tick has done this. So what is to come of all this now? Because they go back through the portal. And Hippolyta's sitting up there. She got the blue hair and portal closed, and now they got the book. How are they going to use this book? Now, Christina does not know what they did, but Christina, in her mind, has all the pieces to the puzzle, right? She has the key. She has the pictures of the scrolls, so she knows, you know, some of the stuff. She's got her own powers, but Tick has the book. Now, Grandma said it was sworn shut or something like that, so, or, spelled shut, but we ain't worried about that. They gonna open the book. What's up with Dee? Dee's still up there. She still sleeps. So they have the book. How are they going to use this book to wake Dee up? And here's the thing. We know Hippolyta went back into the future. I mean, into the past and the future and all around. You like, see, she's been around the world now, yeah. So Hippolyta's got all the knowledge, magical and otherwise. I was like, okay. So I think Hippolyta is going to be an integral part to this as well. But something tells me Hippolyta's going to be like, chuck up the deuces to all of them, take her baby and go back over there to cyborg, mushroom black woman land. I don't know. But y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section and let me know what's going on. Yeah, last episode, I'm sorry y'all, I was super busy, and instead of actually doing the video, I watched Us. I love Us. I wish somebody would have told me about that movie when it first came out, because I have an amazing take on that. Like, my review on that would be lit. But anyway, here we are. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, hit the blue bell for notifications, thumbs your girl up, and we'll do this again next weekend.